To get started with the salary sacrifice scheme at FleetSource, you'll need to complete the registration form to enroll in the scheme. I'll guide you step by step to ensure the process is simple and straightforward. Here's a brief overview of what salary sacrifice is. It's an arrangement where an employee gives up a portion of their gross salary in exchange for a non-cash benefit. In this case, the benefit is a brand new car. The employee agrees to sacrifice a fixed amount of their salary each month in return for the car. This reduces the employee's gross salary, which in turn lowers their tax and national insurance contributions. For the employer, this also results in reduced national insurance contributions. Salary sacrifice schemes have gained significant popularity due to their tax advantages and cost savings on national insurance. They also allow employers to offer a valuable benefit to employees, improving satisfaction, retention, and the ability to attract top talent. This tutorial is specifically created for employers, and I'll guide you through the entire process to ensure everything is filled out correctly. Early terminations is an important part of the salary sacrifice scheme to understand. One of the biggest concerns employers and employees have is what happens if the car lease contract ends early. The scheme is set up to ensure employees cover all costs through their salary reduction, both expected and unexpected. For predictable costs, like the lease itself, they're included in the sacrifice calculation from the start. Unpredictable costs, like excess mileage or damages, are deducted directly from the employee's net pay, as outlined in the scheme rules. When it comes to early termination, the costs can be significant, typically around 50% of the remaining rentals. Here you can see an example of how early termination works. As the employer, you'll need to decide whether to include a provision in the salary sacrifice agreement to create your own protection fund, or to include salary sacrifice protection, which safeguards the company from bearing the full early termination costs. In this example, we'll choose to include early termination protection. The scheme can include road insurance for the vehicle selected by the employee, ensuring it's fully insured throughout the contract. As the vehicle is leased by the company, it's your responsibility to maintain adequate insurance. Option 1. Include insurance in the scheme from the start. The vehicle is fully insured with fixed costs for the duration of the contract, providing peace of mind for both employer and employee. Option 2. If your company has fleet insurance, the vehicle could be added to your policy. In this case, the average insurance cost would be factored into the salary sacrifice agreement. Option 3. Allow employees to self-insure. However, this carries significant risk for the company if the vehicle becomes uninsured during the contract. Select the option you believe will best suit your business. There are significant savings when an employee sacrifices salary for an electric vehicle, with potential savings exceeding 50% of the car's operating costs. However, the scheme does involve risks for employers. Some may choose to retain a portion of the national insurance savings as a provision against unexpected costs or to reinvest in the business. If an employer retains 100% of the national insurance savings, this will increase the employee's monthly rental. By sharing 100% of the national insurance savings, the employee's rental costs are significantly reduced. The example below demonstrates the impact of sharing 100% of the national insurance savings with the employee. By sharing none of the national insurance savings, this will considerably increase the rentals for your employee. However, this will retain the savings for the company, offering a potential provision against any losses incurred by the scheme. The example below shows the national insurance not shared with the employee. This should help you determine which option suits you best when it comes to national insurance contributions. By sharing 100% of the national insurance savings, the employee's rental costs are significantly reduced. The example below demonstrates the impact of sharing 100% of the national insurance savings with the employee. The scheme involves minimal risk for the employer, but retaining a provision is recommended to cover unexpected costs, scheme expenses, or reinvestment in the business. This provision can also be used to cover vehicle-related costs, with deductions taken from the employee's wages, while still allowing the employee to benefit from tax and national insurance savings. If you select Yes, you can choose a monthly provision amount to build into the scheme. The employer is responsible for retaining this provision from the employee's wages to build a provision pot for vehicle-related costs. You may want to set limitations on certain vehicles or other aspects of the scheme. These restrictions can be set now or adjusted later if needed. This section is where company details need to be entered. It's best for a director of the company to fill these in. Simply provide the company name, registration number, VAT number, number of employees, and company address. For the name of the director, this will be the primary user of the account. They can also be an employee, but this person will be the main user of the system. The email address provided will serve as the primary registration for the portal, and a mobile number will be required for verification. Once everything is filled out, click the Submit button, and the Salary Sacrifice team will have you set up on the portal for free in as little as 30 minutes.